What is a color retouch? A color retouch is simply hair that has grown anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Here, this is Valerie. Valerie has 50% gray coverage, and all we're going to do today is simply color her regrowth. That's about a good ½ inch back to her level 6 natural. Of course, using a color box that's for gray coverage only. Now, if Valerie didn't have any gray hair, I would be doing the exact same thing, but in the regular line of her naturals or whatever color it is that she's looking for. In this scenario, we're going to use a 6 natural gray coverage and of course using 20 volume. Why 20 volume? Because it's going to lift and deposit. For gray hair that we're covering, we always want to make sure anytime we're doing a color that we're going to cover her skin over with a color protector. And anytime I do gray coverage, I like to make sure that I focus and I outline around the hairline first. And I outline all of the subsections. And this way it keeps a hold of what I'm doing. And you want to make sure that you saturate the color. You want to make sure that you grab at least 1/8 of a subsection. The wider you go, you're not going to be as successful. The key point is to do 1/8 subsection quickly at a timely manner. You don't want to sit there and take your time. You want to make sure that you do the process quickly, precise as you can. And this is going to give you the better results at the end. And if you're not fast enough, I would recommend, again, just like my last video, I recommended to only do 1 ounce of color. Go back and get more color, because if you think that you can do everything in less than, I don't know, 10, 12 minutes, and really it's taking you 25 minutes, the whole process is not going to be good. I recommend for you to do 1 ounce at a time, and this is going to give you constant fresh color for her. And this is exactly why I say do the hairline first, the 2 subsections in the front first, because it's going to give you a much better result. So let's get started. This is our protective cream. And you want to go all around, right? Just like they teach us in beauty school. We go all around so that we don't get any color on our customer's neck or forehead. That is the worst, right? That going in around the hairline. Again, we're touching up all her gray, right? And I'm only going to do this section, but if it was on a real person or you're practicing in beauty school, you want to make sure that you do the other side as well. And what I like to do is start from the bottom, because this way you're not starting from the top trying to do and flip the whole time. It looks bad, it looks unprofessional, and you want to make sure that you are doing the best work that you can on your customer, right? So the goal is to make sure that you cover, you go up to the scalp, right? You cover her gray. You do 1/8 of an inch. You want to make sure that you're covering all her hair and that you don't leave any dry spots. This is a very important thing to make sure that you make a good habit out of it, right? As you can see, I'm taking true 1/8 of subsections, and what that's going to help me do is that there isn't going to be any dry spots, especially in the front, right? The back could be more forgiving if you're just learning and getting the hang of it. But you want to make sure that you take your time, not your sweet old time, but you're working quick, consistently, efficient, and you're doing it in a smart way. This right here is telling me, and I can see with my eyes, that I am saturating her pretty good. Of course, at the end of it all, when you're done with all your subsections, you want to make sure that there isn't any dry spots, right? And this is the same technique that you would use if you're retouching a blonde color. Of course, if it was a blonde color, you want to make sure that you use hair liner that's a specialty for your scalp. See how quickly that goes? Just apply it, and you keep going until you're finished. And now I'm off to the very top, making sure that gets nicely saturated. And at the end of it all, let's just pretend I finished it all, right? A good thing to also go and see is we went horizontally, well then we check our work, making sure that there isn't any dry spots, right? We go the opposite way, just like checking a haircut. That to me looks great. I see no dry spots. And that's how you would check your color. And now she's going to sit there and process. Usually for gray hair, it's about a good 45 minutes so that it gives it time to lift and deposit. And I hope that you got something from this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And there is definitely much more to come. Thank you.